Good morning, children. Now, in this class, we'll just appreciate poetry. We have been doing since last 2 weeks the reading, the vocabulary, some grammar, some writing portion. Now, it's been long time. Let's learn some poetry, how we should appreciate a poetry. Today, the first poem we are going to do, which is in our book, A House, a Home. It's written by the poet Lauren M. Harley. That's the first poem, right? Okay. So, before I read it to you and you read it with me, just listen it, how I'm speaking. Okay? Ready to listen? What is a house? It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window, glass, and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors, and stucco and roof and lots of doors. What is a home? It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showering your loved ones you're always caring. Now, let's read. Keep your eyes fixed on the poem. As I already told, the name of the poem is A House, a Home. And the poet is Lauren M. Harley. Now here, this is a poem where the poet tries to tell what is the difference between a house and a home. He, with his 2-stanza poem, brings out beautifully the difference between a house and a home. You might be thinking house and home are similar things. But no, dear children, a house is, according to the poet, house is something which is just materialistic in physical form. And only a loving family, the caring and sharing makes it a home. So let's read it line by line and understand what the poet wants to convey us. When I say what the poet wants to convey us means what the poet wants to tell us through his poem. Are you ready to read line by line? Let's read with me. Fix your eyes here. What is a house? The poet is starting with a question. What is a house? And then here he is answering in these lines. It's brick and stone and wood that's hard, some window glass and perhaps a yard. It's eaves and chimneys and tile floors and stucco and roof and lots of doors. In second stanza he says, what is a home? Again a question to begin the second stanza. And again he is answering. It's loving and family and doing for others. It's brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. It's unselfish acts and kindly sharing and showing your loved ones you're always caring. So see how the poet has himself questioned and answered. Here he has raised 2 questions, that what is a house, what is a home, and answered his own perception, what he thinks a house is. According to the poet says house is just something, a building that is made of brick and stone. It may be, the wood may also be used to build certain things like doors, windows and other stuff, the furniture and all. And wood obviously is a hard material, right? Some windows and glass. Even the glass is used to make window panes. Panes means khidkiya, right? Perhaps a yard. And even in some houses, you have an open space. Yard means an open space, courtyard, angan, right? Yard, an open space outside the house, enclosed within a wall. Eaves and chimneys. Eaves is overhanging edge of roof. जब हम वो plaster करते हैं, वो एक designs बनाते हैं, it's kind of eaves, like today eaves are in too much of fashion. And chimneys you must have seen in your kitchen, right? Which is kind of, they work as an exhaust to the smoke and coming out of your kitchen burners. And tile floors. Floor are tiled. That means जो हमारा फर्श है घरों का, all the flooring of the house is either tiled. Sometimes you put wooden tiles these days in fashion, and even if you put stone or marble, it's again a tile cut into proper squares and all. So floors are tiled ones, right? Stucco and roof. Again, stucco is a kind of plaster we put on walls to make it smooth. Stucco here means the plaster that we put on walls to make it smooth. And roof and lots of door. So on the whole, the poet says that house is something which is made up of brick, stone, wood, glass. There may be yard, there may be eaves, chimneys, tile floors, plaster of Paris used on walls, roofs of course there, and lots of doors. So this is all what makes a house. But then he says, what is home? When we say my home sweet home, the house is only turned into a home when it is having a family to live in. When a family lives in a house, that house, and if the family has a love between the brothers and sisters, fathers and mothers, and the caring and sharing they give to each other, unselfish acts. See, so much of pains and trouble is taken by your mother and father to give you the best of everything, है ना? And they're not thinking to have something in return from you. आपसे तो उम्मीद उतनी नहीं होती है ना, like you return in money or something. No. So unselfish acts. So when such kind of things happen in a house, that house becomes a home sweet home, where again, according to poet, here he conveys, a home is a place where there is a family who have brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, and everybody is doing unselfish acts, sharing, they are kind, and showing your loved ones. The loved one means some people whom you love, whom you care for, and you're always caring. So this is how the poet wants to convey what makes a house a home, right? And that's what the difference between a house and home. I hope it's clear to you. So I will be sending you today the vocabulary, little yard, an open area outside house or building, usually enclosed within walls or fence. Eaves, the overhanging edge of roof. Stucco, the plaster used for coating walls. Now before I end this session, I would also like to lay focus on rhyming pairs. You've already done in class 5. What is rhyming pair? Rhyming pair is that word pair which end in a similar sound, normally the exact sound, where the final syllable is stressed. Look here. Let's read the first stanza and find, do we have any rhyming pairs in the poem or not? What is a house? It's brick and stone. And wood that's hard, some window glass, perhaps a yard. Now hard, yard, ending in the same sound, d, right? Look here. Floors, doors. Again, ending in the end stress syllable is s, z. Floors, doors. So these pairs which end in the same syllable stress, they are called rhyming pairs. So if we look the poem carefully, there are certain rhyming pairs used in the poem. That is, in first stanza, hard and yard, floors and doors. In the second stanza, others, mothers, sharing, caring. So that's the list of rhyming pairs. And of course, I introduced to you in class 5 what is rhyming scheme. And if you remember, rhyming scheme is a repeated pattern that is followed in a poem. And let's see, the question is, does the poem A House, a Home have rhyming scheme or not? And if it has, what it would be? We are going to discuss this part tomorrow. For today, you just need to reread the poem, understand what the poet wants to convey, learn the name of the poet, learn the vocabulary, and write down this page in your English notebooks. Tomorrow, I will take up what is rhyming scheme and the question answers in the back exercise of the poem. I hope you've understood it. If something is not clear, you're free to give me a call or message. Thank you. Have a nice day.